Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back to another video. So it's been a minute since we've looked at some of your Marvel OCs and you guys have gone absolutely crazy in the comments, so I figured it's time to look at them. In the words of the great Talia, I've been waiting for this video a long time. Yeah, me too. And I know a lot of you guys have. I have about four OCs pulled up right here that I'm really excited to share with you guys. So let's jump in. Let's go ahead and start with Talia since I just brought them up. Talia writes, their character's name is Ralzex. They are 21 years old. They are half Asgardian and half Kree. That's very interesting. Their father is Thor. Their mother is Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel. Oh, okay. So you're the reason there is that sexual tension between them in Endgame. Okay. They have dark red hair, kind of like Winter Soldier's hair, a diamond scar on his neck that keeps him alive. They're 6'2" and 10% body weight. Okay, that might be the most specific we've ever gotten in a description. I don't think I've ever seen somebody talk about the percentage of body weight on their character. Mine is 200%. Their hero suit would be made out of Asgardian steel. It'd be dark red and black with a white coat and a golden star representing Captain Marvel and an X inside of it. Pretty cool. I like the white coat. That's interesting. As far as powers, they have plasma bolts, lightning transformation like Captain Marvel's with a lightning aura, and create any weapon and fight. That's a cool combination. I'd like to see how that would look. How did you get your powers? Hashtag born hero. They use a double-edged blade and a crossbow. Okay. I'd love to see those weapons combined with the powers. That'd be cool. They got their combat training from Hawkeye. They were mentored by Black Widow, and they befriended Miles Morales, Captain America, Winter Soldier, and his girlfriend Morgan Stark. All right, and then for the big question, what is your backstory? One day, after they defeated Thanos, Carol and Thor got married and had a child, Rylix. At the age of 3, Rylix was meditating, trying to control his powers, and also their training was Black Widow and his dad. But then he saw that he had a training partner with his dad, named Zay. That's very sweet. I love that. And they quickly became rivals. Wait, what the hell? They would have lunch breaks together. And that's when he met Morgan. And they became girlfriend and boyfriend. And now as the leader, wait, hold on. So I was almost your friend, then we became rivals, and then you ditched me for her? And now as the leader of the Young Marvel Justice, the Marvel's version of Young Justice, he sets down the law as X-Slayer. Well, X-Slayer seems like a really awesome hero. Thank you so much for sharing. Like I said earlier, I really want to see how you would combine your powers with your weapons. Plasma bolts shot out of a crossbow would be really sick. But yeah, good job. All right, then next up we have a submission by The True Ending. The True Ending's character's name is Adam Parker, aka Spider Freak. I like Spider Freak. They are 3 years old. I love that. They are a lab-made spider mutant. They're 7 feet tall. They have skin and short fur. Okay, interesting. Pitch black with neon blue and pink lines and patterns all over the body. He has a spider-like face, 4 eyes, 4 arms, and can grow an extra pair. Hell yeah. He wears white shorts and a white sleeveless jacket with fur along the edges, spike collars in his wrists and ankles. He's able to shoot web from his specials, the place between his wrist and hand. Okay. Calling it his specials, I thought you meant somewhere else. I was concerned. But okay, sure. Like right here. He can grow a 3rd pair of arms, can stick to walls. He has super strength, quick speed, and master agility. He has predator sense, so he can sense where he must strike to do the most damage or to knock out an enemy. He can transform into his human form as well. That's really cool. I like the predator sense. That's a cool addition. He gained his powers by biting the Hulk, Black Widow, and Spider-Man. He has no weapons. I beg to differ. Those teeth are apparently very big weapons. He was combat trained by Black Widow, and his mentor was the Black Panther. And he has befriended the Beast from X-Men, Rocket Raccoon, the Thing from Fantastic Four, Werewolf by Night, and other monstrous looking heroes who understand what it's like to be judged for being a monster, but friends with a lot of other heroes. Oh, okay, cool. That's a really cool list. I like that a lot. All right, and now for the backstory. Adam Parker, aka Spider Freak, was created in a lab. When the Marvel heroes arrived, he bit the Hulk, Black Widow, and Spider-Man. Spider-Man found him and decided to keep him as a pet. The next day, he grew rapidly and mutated rapidly. Spider-Man found him and taught him how to be a human and a hero. He went and lived with Spider-Man's Aunt May. He's a good boy and a kind and caring soul, but people despise him for being a freak. For some odd reason, J. Jonah Jameson is one of the few people that sees Spider Freak as a hero. I like that. And launches out newspapers saying that Spider Freak is the hero that the city needs. Well, True Ending, that was an awesome character. I would really like to see Spider Freak in some form of media. If you have like a drawing of this dude, I want to see what he looks like. I think that's really interesting. Just make sure to censor the specials. But thank you for your submission. All right, the next up we have a submission by Scorpion. So the reason that I picked Scorpion's post is because it had a lot of likes on it, and when I saw why, I thought it was really cool. They wrote the entire submission from the point of view of their character. So we'll start with their disclaimer. I wrote this all from the point of view of my character, except for when I explain things that she doesn't know. She's pretty different from me, obviously, since she's a girl, not my guy, but I worked hard on making her, and I hope you enjoy it. What is your name? My mother called me Starlight, so I suppose that's my name. But if you're asking about a name like Captain America or Iron Man, I would use the name Polaris. What is your age? I don't know actually, but I've been on this earth in a human form for 20 years now, so I suppose I'm 20? What is your race? My mother called me an angel, but Dr. Banner says that my chemical composition resembles nothing like a human's, and much more like a star. He says that it's scientifically impossible for me to function and appear as I do, so honestly I have no idea what I am. Star is actually part of an alien species called Stellix, of which she's the last. They are born of stars and appear simply as comets. However, if they touch the earth of any planet, they are reborn in the form of that species, but with all the powers they once had. However, since there were no Stellix left to teach her of her own past, Starlight does not know her own power or her origin. What do you look like, and are there any significant details about your appearance? I'm 5'3", I have sunset orange hair that I cut myself after I was rescued from my mother. I have purple eyes, which I suppose is strange because people keep commenting on it. What would your hero outfit look like or be made out of? I don't have any special preferences, but I would like to incorporate my bomber jacket, maybe a pair of goggles. I would also like cool boots and a dark color scheme. I really like that a lot. One of my favorite designs for like heroes costumes are like very functional clothes. For an example, Miles Morales when he's going around in his spider suit but with a bomber and like cargo shorts. I think it looks really cool, and I think you totally hit that same vein. What is your power? I don't fully understand my powers yet. The only reason I was found and rescued from my mother was apparently because of the power surges I was giving off, which caused it to appear as if the stars themselves have gone out. Since I've been taken in and studied, we found that I'm capable of fighting, creating force fields, portals that don't work correctly, and emitting light. But so far, nothing that I've done in the facility has matched the massive power surge that I gave off when I was with my mother. Stellix are immensely powerful, able to shape and manipulate cosmic energies to produce nearly any effect they desire. The reason Starlight believes her portals are faulty is because they are transports to alternate planes of reality, which she does not yet understand. Stellix can call upon comets, meteors, asteroids, stars, moons, planets, nebula, and dark matter. They can generate stellar winds, solar flares, comic storms, and invoke meteor showers. However, the best Starlight can do at this point is create a small solar flare off of her body. That's really interesting. I really like that power set. How did you get your power? The doctors believe the only way I was able to cause the power surge was because of the intense emotions I was going through at my mother's house. But they say that they will not try and replicate any traumatizing situation simply for the sake of research. Wow. I feel like half of our superheroes wouldn't exist if all scientists felt like that. They're still inconclusive on the origin of my power. Do you use any weapons? If so, what are they? I don't know how to use any weapons. No. An MCU character gives you combat training. Who do you want it to be? I think I would want it to be Captain Marvel because her powers seem to be, I don't know where that came from. I think I would want it to be Captain Marvel because her powers seem to be the most similar to mine, although I understand they're quite different in actuality. An MCU character becomes your mentor. Who would you want it to be? Again, Captain Marvel. I admire her and I believe she'd be an amazing mentor. Yeah, that's a good choice. I like Captain Marvel too. I don't get why she got so much hate. You befriend an MCU character. Who do you want it to be? I want to be friends with Shuri. To be honest, I think she's really cool and exceptionally smart, especially for someone so young. Also because even though I don't really understand technology all that well, it's fascinating to watch things be created through holograms and the like. If not her, then I think Iron Man. And now, the last question. What is your backstory? My mother found me when I was a baby and took me in, but being raised by her was not exactly wonderful for me. I was mentally tortured for most of my life, and it all culminated in a massive outburst in which I made the stars go out. From what I understand, S.H.I.E.L.D., or rather what's left of them, detected this and went looking for what caused it. They traced it back to me and rescued me from the situation I was in, and I assume that now the rest is history. Well, Scorpion, that is an awesome submission. Seriously, this sounds like you already had this written out somewhere. Like, this is great. So thank you so much for leaving this. I would totally buy a Starlight comic if that existed, and I really appreciate how much work you put into this post. So thank you. All right, now we've got the last submission for today, a submission by Curtin. Question number 1, what is your name? Narissa Eileen Santasackle. What is your age? 25. What is your race? Thai, Malaysian American. Cool. What do you look like? Are there any significant details about your appearance? Narissa has brown tan skin and short black hair. He has vitiligo, but the pigment did make his skin slightly loose, and minor scars on his arms and legs due to him fighting with his siblings, and he has a half-folded apron on all the time. What would your hero outfit look like or be made out of? I like to think that he rejected the offer and that he works at his family's restaurant because he's a background character. Ooh. That's really interesting. Okay. What is your power? He can jump into any space that isn't blocked by furniture or pocket dimension, like the Narissa from Hilda. That is awesome. My girlfriend and I have watched Hilda actually. My dog is named Twig because of Hilda's pet. That's such a cool power set. Good choice. How did you get your powers? It runs in the family. Imagine like the Madrigals in Encanto. Do you use any weapons? If so, what are they? Well, he sometimes uses his Nana's slippers to stop his siblings fighting and other stuff. Number 9, an MCU character gives you combat training. Who would you want it to be? Like I typed earlier, background character, but I like to think of him being trained by his great-great-grandmother, who's 102. An MCU character becomes your mentor. Who would you want it to be? Probably his great uncle. I love that you're keeping it in the family. It feels like you're writing a legit character. This is cool. You befriend an MCU character. Who would you want it to be? He would do deliveries and go by the house of Aunt May, so he befriends her. That's cute. I like that. And now the big question. What's your backstory? Narissa is born in a family of 20 on the dangerous side of New York and is looked down on by other people. But the community is great. He has several siblings and his mother and father are almost in their 60s. Narissa is the middle child, so he had to work as a supplier due to his power, and plus everyone in his family has powers. The community doesn't mind as a few of them actually have powers too. When Narissa was 5, they moved to the US from Malaysia. Narissa does the deliveries while his siblings help the restaurant, and he sometimes watches the news. He had been through a lot of places. Some of them are sketchy, but he can work things out. It's pretty chaotic in the Santasako household. While some of his relatives are pretty powerful, and he helps some vigilantes, he uses his powers to reach places so he can get there faster. Narissa had been involved in some events with his younger sister and elder twins where they witnessed a robbery, but instead of getting rewarded by their mother for taking them down, she simply punished them for running off. His first eldest sister is in a heroes league. That's why he was invited onto the Avengers, but he simply declined and he met several people with not one but multiple different powers. Talk about being OP much. And that's the story of Narissa Eileen Santasako. Hope you enjoy that cultural story. Let me tell you, Curtin, I really enjoyed that story. I think that was a really cool character to make. I love the power choice, but I really love this whole thing that you constructed around their family being like the center of it all, as opposed to them wanting to like go off and fight with Iron Man or something. It makes it feel a lot more real and it makes it so much more interesting. So good job and thanks for the submission. Well, that's all I have for you today. So thank you so much for watching. If you have a character that you want to share and hopefully get on the channel, make sure to leave it in the comment section down below. I'm checking these all the time and you guys know that I make these videos reviewing it. So if you want to see it up here, make sure to leave your character there. And while you're down there, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We have a great little family here and you would look great in it. But that's going to do it for today. I will see you on Wednesday with another video. But until then, go do some good stuff. Later.